Hello, John Talley here with Partzilla.com. Today I want to take a couple of minutes just to warn you if you're getting ready to replace the rear brakes on most of the TRX utility models. It can be a little bit of a daunting task, especially when you compare them to, let's say, a new sport machine which uses regular pads and then brake disc hydraulic setup. Let's face it, most of your current sport machines, they all have disc front and rear, and that makes it really simple. Usually it's either one or two pins. You pull those out, pop out the old pads, expand the caliper itself, and then pop in the new ones, and then pump it up, and you're done. But as we know, when they start to go out on a TRX utility model, it's a whole different game. Now with most of your utility machines, you're going to have brake drums, and they're going to be inside of a casing, and they can be a little bit difficult to get to. And you actually have to pull the wheel itself, and then the hub. Then you've got these two locking nuts that have to be pulled apart. And then you've got an outer cover. And then beyond that, you get to the inner hub, and then on the inside of that, you'll actually find the brake pads themselves. Now the procedure isn't really that tough, but the trick is with an older machine, especially one that's been out in the water a lot, all of those stages to get to those brake pads, it can become difficult. Starting out with those locking nuts on the outside, if they're rusted together, that can be tough. Then getting off that outer cover, because typically those bolts on the bottom, well, they're inside of a protective barrier, and that typically fills up with water and mud, and, well, you can figure it out. It corrodes it to the point it doesn't want to come apart. Now, if water has intruded into that outer casing, that's where you're going to run into an issue, because you actually have the drum hub, which the brake pads are actually going against. And if water gets in there, those pads start to swell up, and then it will not release. And I've seen them to the point where we actually had to replace that backing plate, and then the hub, and then the brake pads, all as one unit, because we could not get it to come apart. I've even seen them so bad where we actually had to replace a rear axle. How can you prevent that? Well, if your machine's got several years on it, you may want to do a preemptive strike and go ahead and replace the shoes themselves and all the seals and the O-rings, and that's basically what I did on our 2012. Now, if you want to reference that particular unit, I actually walked through how to get all the way down to those brake pads or actual shoes, and then put it all back together with new seals and O-rings and the whole 9 yards. And that way I know it's going to remain sealed up and be good for years to come. Now, if you're going to do this particular procedure on your machine, whether it be a TRX Rancher 350, 420, maybe it's a Foreman 500, the procedure is pretty close, and we have a couple of different videos that actually show how to go through and replace the brake drums on your machine. But I just want to make you aware that the ones that we've done, well, they were actually in pretty good shape. No water intrusions, so we didn't have to fight any of those battles. But I can at least show you the correct way to go in, get them replaced, and then put it all back together. Now also, when you're doing this, if you want to be deadly accurate, you'll need to get a set of special tools to where you can actually get the torque set on both the bolt holding the axle together and then the pinch bolt that goes against it. This outer one should have been torqued to 94, the inner one to 29. Now granted, I did it without these tools just to show you a workaround. So once again, if you'll check that video in the playlist on our 2012 TRX420, and I'll show you my workaround. Well listen, if you need any parts for your machine, why don't you come see us at Partzilla.com and we can get you taken care of. If you have any questions or comments about this video, leave them in the section below and I'll do my best to answer. And hey, if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you can keep up with whatever I'm working on next. We just want to say thank you for shopping here with us at Partzilla, and we will see you in the next video. Y'all have a great day.